Hi there, hope you have a fantastic day today. This lesson I will teach you how to differentiate log functions. Of course, there is a PDF file versions on the description below for you to download so you can work with me. Otherwise, let's go straight into it. First one, to differentiate ln. So first of all, we know that ln of x is exactly the same as log base e of x. Okay, so keep that in mind. So in this case here, ln of x squared plus 3x minus 2 all power 3. So before we differentiate this, we need to write in a different form first. So just to make it easier for us to differentiate. So let me just write this down. So we know that ln of a power m is exactly the same as m. We bring the m to the front here and ln of a. And we also know that y is ln of fx. So y dash will give me f dash x. We differentiate the functions and then we divide it by the functions. So that is f of x. So these are the rules we're gonna use throughout this exercise. So first of all, we bring the 3 down first. We're not doing any differentiation yet. We just write in a different form. So therefore, we still have to write equal. So we just write exactly the same as 3 ln of x squared plus 3x minus 2. So they are the same. So therefore, I still write equal. Now I start differentiate. So therefore, I have to write y dash, or I can write dy dx. So dy dx or y dash is equal to, we differentiate the functions in here. So differentiate x squared, we bring the 2 down, becomes 2x, because 2 minus 1 is 1. So 2x power 1. So that is 2x. So the 3 is a constant. We just write this down first. And we times by, so we differentiate x squared, give me 2x. And then we differentiate 3x, will give me 3. I'll write 3 down. And we differentiate minus 2 is 0. So that is f dash x. And don't forget, we over f of x. So that is x squared plus 3x minus 2. So let me just write this down. So that is x squared plus 3x minus 2. So now we just simplified. So we just go 3 times this. Okay, so I just write in bracket form first. So that would give me 3. This is what that means. Okay, so 2x plus 3 over x squared plus 3x minus 2. So let me just expand the brackets out. Okay, so that will give me, so 3 times 2 is 6. So therefore the answer is 6x. So 6x. And we have 3 times 3 is 9. So we add 9. So over x squared plus 3x minus 2. There you go. Part B. So don't forget, we have log base e to the a power m is exactly the same as, we write this out. So that is equal to m log base e to the a. This is the rule we're going to use. But then you remember, square root of x is exactly the same as x to the power of half. So x to the power of half. So let me just write in this form first. So that is exactly the same as log base e, or you can write ln if you like. So x power a half. And then what I do, I bring the half down because we are using this rule here so that it helps us to differentiate easier. That's all. So now that is exactly the same as a half log e to the x. So now to differentiate this, what we need to do is we differentiate x, give me 1, and then we over x. Okay, so we differentiate f of x over fx. So that becomes, so we just write y dash, or you can write dy dx. So the half is a constant. We write this down. We time by differentiate this. So differentiate x is give me 1 divided by or over x. Okay, because the function's f of x is x. So now I just simplify by times them together. 1 times 1 will give me 1, and 2 times x is 2x. So that means 1 over 2x. So we still write equal 1 over 2x. So there you go. Part C. So square root of x minus 4 power 3. So please keep that in mind. So square root of x power 3, for instance. So that is exactly the same as x power 3 square root is power half. It's like this. Okay, don't forget. And then that will give me a half times 3 is 3 over 2. So x power 3 over 2. So therefore, if we have x minus 4 all power 3 square root, so that will give me x minus 4 power 3 over 2. Okay, so 3 over 2. So now I just write in this form first. So don't forget ln is just exactly the same as log by e. Okay, so keep that in mind for me. It's just a different way of writing. That's all. So that give me x minus 4 power of 3 over 2. So then we use the log law. Remember, log of a power m is same as m log a. So therefore, this is exactly the same as we bring 3 over 2 down, ln of x minus 4. So to differentiate these functions, we just differentiate inside, that is f of x, and then over itself. Okay, so y dash or dy dx. So the constant is 3 over 2. We just write this down. And with times, we differentiate x minus 4. So differentiate x is 1. Differentiate minus 4 or negative 4 is 0. So the answer is 1 over x minus 4. So now I just tidy this up. So this one here is 3 times 1 will give me 3. So the answer is equal to 3 over, and we have 2 times this. So that is exactly the same as 2 bracket x minus 4. So that is y dash or dy dx. Okay, so please keep that in mind for me. Of course, you can expand the denominator, but you don't need it. Okay, so we can just leave as is. Okay. Part D. So we need to write this into index form first. Okay, so let me just write this down. Remember, cube root of x is exactly the same as x power 1/3. So therefore, we know that cube root of x squared plus 2x plus 5, cube root of that is exactly the same as x squared plus 2x plus 5 and power of 1/3. Okay, so exactly the same. So therefore, this is exactly the same as log base e bracket x squared plus 2x plus 5 power of 1/3. So don't forget, log by e is exactly the same as ln. Okay, it's just a different way of writing. That's all. So now we use log law. So therefore, this one here, 1/3, is we can bring to the front. So that is exactly the same as 1/3 log base e or ln. We just write the function out first, x squared plus 2x plus 5. So now to differentiate this, I can write dy dx is equal to, or y dash equal to, we differentiate inside here, and then we over itself, okay? And 1/3 in front, it's just a constant. So we just write it out first. That is just 1/3 times. So we differentiate x squared, give me 2x, and differentiate 2x, it give me 2. And differentiate 5, give me 0. So that's it. And then now we just over the functions. So x squared plus 2x plus 5. So now we just write in a simpler form. Okay, so 1 times this will give me the same. I just write this down. So that give me 2x plus 2 over, and we have 3 times this function here. So I just write in factor form, okay? So that is 3 bracket x squared plus 2x plus 5. So there you go. Please pause the video and try this one yourself. Hi there, I'm back. How do you go? So let me go through them with you, okay? Before I do that, please do not forget to give me a thumb up and subscribe if you haven't done so you can help me to grow my channel. So let's get into it. First one. So we need to write in this form first. The 5, we bring it down. So this is exactly the same as 5. Log base e x squared minus 3x. By using log law, okay? Now what we need to do now, which is differentiate. So we have to write y dash is equal to the constant 5. We write it down and we times. Now we differentiate the functions. So that is x squared minus 3x. So differentiate that will give me 2x minus 3. So times by 2x minus 3. And divided by the functions, that is x squared minus 3x. So x squared minus 3x. So now what I do, I just simplify this. So that will give me 5. I just write in bracket form first. So minus 3 over x squared minus 3x. So what I can do is I can just expand this out, okay? So that becomes 10x minus 15. So let me just move this up a bit. So that is equal to 10x minus 15 over x squared minus 3x. There you go. Part B. So first of all, we need to write square root of 5 minus x into index form first, okay? So square root is just like power of a half. So that is exactly the same as log base e 5 minus x power of a half. Now I didn't do anything. I just write the surds into an index form. That's all. Now I'm gonna use log law. So we can bring this down by using log law. Remember that log of any base. So let's say base e here. A power m is exactly the same as m log base e a. So this is exactly the same as I bring a half down. So log base e 5 minus x. So that is exactly the same. Now what I do now is I need to differentiate this. So I can write y dash equal, or I can write dy dx. So now to differentiate this, we need to differentiate inside here the functions and over the functions, okay, itself. So a half is a constant. So let me just write this down. And with times, so differentiate 5 minus x is equal to negative 1. Because we differentiate 5 is 0. Differentiate negative x, it will give me negative 1. So that becomes minus 1 over the functions, that is 5 minus x. Okay, what I use is here. Y is ln of f of x. So y dash is equal to f dash x over f of x. Okay, that's what I just did. So now just to simplify this, the numerator we time together. In another word, 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. And then we have 2 times this. So I just write in factor form. Okay, you can write in expense form. It doesn't really matter. So that is negative 1 over 2 brackets 5 minus x. So there you go. Otherwise, you could also write like this, which is equal to negative 1 over 2 5 minus x. So there you go. Part C. So square root of x to the power 3 is exactly the same as this. So let me just write this down first. It's exactly the same as x to the power of 3 over 2. So this will give me ln of x 3 over 2. So now I use log law. I bring the 3 over 2 down first. So they're exactly the same. So I just write equal. 3 over 2 ln of x. So now I can differentiate now. To differentiate ln of x, so what I do is I differentiate x equal 1 and over x, okay? So 3 over 2 is a constant. So y dash equal 3 over 2 times. So we differentiate x is 1 and then over x. So that will give me 3 over 2x. So 3 over 2x. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching and hope you got all of them correct. Bye.